Hello everyone, hope you guys are having a good day. It is April 20th, and today I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about this week's severe weather once again. Looks like we're going to have a severe weather event this weekend, Friday and Saturday, and that could be pretty significant. And we're likely going to have our next severe weather outbreak within the next couple of weeks. It could happen next week. In fact, there's most likely going to be a significant ramp up in severe weather as we go towards the 27th of April and after that. So let's get started with the video. So this is our day 2 convective outlook from the SPC. We have a marginal risk stretching from Albany, New York, down into northeastern North Carolina. Not really much of a tornado threat. 5% wind and less than 5% hail. So mainly a wind threat. And on day 3, a much quieter look. But then as we go into Friday and Saturday, so this is day 4, which is Friday, we do have a 15% that goes from southern Oklahoma or the Oklahoma City area down into Texas, southern Texas, and then stretches into Mississippi. Pretty large 15% risk. And then we have on day 5, we do have another 15% that goes from New Orleans almost up to Jackson and then over into southwestern Georgia and the Florida Panhandle. So that's looking like it's going to be our next really, I guess, significant severe weather event. I'm not expecting like a tornado outbreak or anything, but it looks like it's going to be our next big deal severe weather event. Now, tomorrow we are going to have a severe weather event in the Northeast, 850 millibar winds indicating a likely severe weather event in this area here, and down into the down to further down to the south into the mid-Atlantic. But it looks like the best area for severe weather is going to be eastern PA, down into Delaware, New Jersey, and southern New York. So that's what I'm thinking. Let's go to composite reflectivity and start taking some soundings. Now the SPC doesn't have a 2% out. Now I do think they are going to put out a 2% for tomorrow. Only there is several issues though for tomorrow. Let's take a sounding in southern New York. We do have a little bit of shear. Shear is there. We do have around 198 or around 200 SRH, so that's pretty good. That's not really good. It's okay. Problem is that we don't have a lot of moisture. We don't have a lot of instability, and there is going to be a little bit of capping. But I do think the SPC could go with a 2% risk for areas of southern New York down maybe into Delaware. I do think they're going to go. I do think they're going to put out a 2%. And we take a sounding in eastern PA. Not great for tornadoes. We don't have a lot of shear at all. This is actually a pretty bad sounding. But we do have likely a damaging wind threat and maybe some hail with this. But overall, not a great sounding for tornadoes. Let's go to the next forecast hour, though. Let's go to the next forecast hour. We can see we have a lot of storms going from central New York down further to the south. Let's take a sounding in central New York. You're not going to get a tornado. You're not going to get a tornado out of this for a few reasons. First of all, we do have shear. SRH is good and that kind of stuff. Several problems, though. We have barely any instability, terrible dew points, and that's just not a good sounding at all. Let's take a sounding further to the south. Let's take one in southern New York. Now, this is what I'm talking about for tornadoes here. This is a little bit better. A little bit of low-level shear, around 200 SRH, and marginal instability. That's going to be 500 cape. That's enough to support severe thunderstorms. Lapse rates are decent, and also Hodograph looks pretty good. So I do expect a 2% TOR risk will be issued by tomorrow morning for Wednesday. Take a sounding in western Connecticut as this line continues moving east. I think the tornado threat's going to go down as this line moves sort of to the east. We have shear. The shear is still there. Problem is we have a 50. We just don't have good thermodynamics at all. We have a little bit of instability still, but it's starting to get very low. You could still get a really isolated, weak tornado out of that, but I'm not liking the looks of that. And then as we go later in the afternoon, around 3 to 5, around 4 to 5 p.m., the severe weather threats are really going to go down. but a damaging wind threat can be expected as this line continues moving east into southern New Hampshire, southern Vermont, into Connecticut, Rhode Island, and or not, that's Massachusetts, I'm sorry, into Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. A damaging wind threat can be expected, just not really a tornado threat. So, I want to go to precipitation type here. Because during the day today, to the east, we are going to be seeing a lot of snow. Let's go to the Ohio Valley. And we're gonna go to right now, so it's around 16Z. We get some snow falling in areas like Springfield, Missouri, up towards St. Louis, and into central Illinois, we can see some snow. And then as we go into this afternoon, some of that will try to switch over to rain. But then as the sun sets, we'll see a lot of it switch over to snow. Even maybe some snow briefly mixing in northern Tennessee. Most of Kentucky will see a chance of some snowflakes, and all of Ohio will likely see some decent, or will likely see the chance of seeing snowflakes. With the best chance of accumulating snow to the west of Columbus and to the north of Columbus, which Columbus could get some accumulating snow. Take a sounding. Let's take a sounding right in Columbus. While the snow band's moving through, it's right below it's right below freezing. It's 32, so we could see some snow. But problem is that Wednesday it's gonna be kind of warm in that area. Take a sounding here, or this is Tuesday. Sorry, this is today actually. It's 59 degrees in Columbus, which that's kind of a problem. That means the ground is gonna be too warm, or not too warm, but the ground's gonna be warm, so it's gonna have to cool off quick for us to get a lot of accumulation. In the Columbus area, but it looks like to the west of Columbus and to the north of Columbus, we'll get some accumulating snow. And even tomorrow, we might have some snow bands coming from northern Kentucky up to the Chicago area. Let's take a sounding with those. Those look very interesting, actually, in the backside of this low. Likely you're not going to get a whole lot of accumulation out of these. If you get stuck under a heavy band, you could get some brief accumulation, but it's likely going to melt quickly. But we are going to see likely some snow showers in this area during the day tomorrow. So, very interesting Arctic blast for actually it's late April now. So, we don't normally see this. And we go to temperatures. It's going to be cold tomorrow across much of this area. We can see, afternoon highs today are in the 30s in southern Illinois, southern Missouri. In northwestern Arkansas, on the 20th of April in the afternoon, it's going to be 36 degrees. And then tonight, we can see a widespread freeze going down from Iowa into Arkansas, southern Illinois. And then tomorrow, areas of the deep south, Mississippi, Alabama, not making it out of the 50s. And then Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we can see temperatures in the mid-30s, stretching from northern Mississippi down to central Georgia, and areas like Atlanta, mid-30s, Birmingham, upper 30s, maybe mid-30s also. So very cold air for mid-April. And that's pretty much it. Just a lot of cold for mid-April, that's kind of helping this pattern's not good for severe weather. Really the best pattern for severe weather is a trough in the west and a ridge in the east. Let me zoom out here so I can kind of show you guys. And I'm gonna go to the GFS. So kind of the pattern, or what you want to see with the jet stream to get a good plain severe weather event is, I'm actually gonna try and find one on the GFS here. When we have an event that looks good. So what you want to look for is, let's see here. This is the 27th. This is the morning of the 27th. Nice negative tilted trough coming in. This looks really good in this area, and this is kind of the indicators that I'm noticing. I think we're gonna have our next severe weather outbreak the 27th, the 28th, maybe the 29th. This is far out though, so I'm not gonna narrow it down to just one day because this could easily change. But I'm thinking that we are gonna have a severe weather event, maybe an outbreak from in the plains, maybe into the south also. So yeah, but this is exactly what you want to look for. In fact, this just looks great. And let's actually lock it on forecast hour 174 here. Let's go back to previous runs of the GFS. We can see that this is the 000Z. This is last night's model run. Not a whole lot of changing going on. I mean, it doesn't change a whole lot. We have a trough in the west, a ridge in the east. But with the last model run, which is the 060, the trough had a little bit more of a negative tilt, which would bring us maybe a little bit more of a severe weather threat to the plains in the south. And we're going to have to wait till the 12Z comes out and see about that, which we'll talk about this again in tomorrow's video, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And we go to the analog. So this is the 27th on the analogs, indicating maybe something from the Midwest down to the south and the plains. So a lot of indicators we're going to see a severe weather outbreak around the 27th to the 28th. I'm not going to say it's a severe weather outbreak yet because this is still a week out, over a week out actually. But I'm thinking we're going to have a severe weather event that could be maybe a little bit significant as we go into further into late April. So, yeah. In fact, let's see what the GFS says right now for on Tuesday. So we can see this is Tuesday afternoon, the 27th. That just looks so good. It's been a while since you've seen one of these. We have mountain snow in Colorado, New Mexico, and our low right over the Oklahoma Panhandle. Likely a dry line going down like this, a cold front, or not that. No, that's wrong setup. But you can see you have a line of storms in front of this already in the afternoon. Maybe some hailers in this area on the warm front. Just that list looks great. We go to 000Z. This is Tuesday evening now, around 7 p.m. Very interesting line of storms moving to the east. And this really hasn't changed much since yesterday's video. And then Wednesday, a severe weather event in the south, Midwest, into the Ohio Valley also. It definitely looks like this area here could get hit pretty hard around the 27th to the 28th. But yeah, to wrap up this video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will talk about this again tomorrow. But yes, goodbye.